Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We're looking at all three sides of the connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story. So looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level, unbiased truth in the middle, really looking at what is the purpose of this connection and what is the best way to move forward in order for you to align with your higher self. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, but I do have a different tarot deck that I'll be jumping into for each side of this connection, as well as an advice deck that I'll be pulling from in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone. So do remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, these energies can absolutely be swapped. So if you resonate more with the energy to my right than to my left, just know that's totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And then we have a friend joining us, at least for the beginning of this video. I rescued her and her sister, my boyfriend and I did, a couple of weeks ago, and they're pretty needy. Pretty needy when it comes to attention. All right, let's start by looking at your side of this connection, Aquarius. You have the World with second option. This connection definitely made you feel like a second option, made you feel like you were not a priority, and like you were being chose almost as like a consolation prize. And I feel like that's kind of a bit of a cycle for you. Maybe just feeling like you're not a first choice, like you're not a priority. And I do feel like this person had a tendency to make you feel that way. Now, on this side of the connection, they have the Four of Pentacles in reverse with there will be a return. I have a love-hate relationship with this message because there is this energy of like, okay, yes, it does look like their energy will return back to yours. But with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the reason being because they're not necessarily in a good place. They're not necessarily in a stable place and almost coming to you, not necessarily to help them. I don't know. I don't like the reason behind this. And then it's interesting because then in between this connection, you have the Page of Cups with never again. So what I'm getting at from this message is that it almost feels like there's a big need for you to make sure that you don't repeat this cycle in this connection of allowing yourself to be like a second choice or an option of some sort, and making sure that you're listening to your divine and intuitive guidance that keeps you only in relationships that serve you and ultimately make you feel the way that you deserve to feel, which is like a priority. I think it was on the Aquarius video last week, or it was a couple of weeks ago. I had someone comment, was like, oh, your videos are always about like making sure that, you know, or talking about how everyone should, you know their worth and only act in alignment with their worth. And it's really annoying. And I was like, if it is annoying to you that you don't like me here talking about people, choosing themselves and standing up for their worth, then my readings are definitely not for you. But let's start with Aquarius's side of the connection, clarifying second option with the World. This is Aquarius's side of this connection. What am I doing? Weird noises, huh? Aquarius's side of this connection, please. Aquarius's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. My baby. The Chariot in reverse with the Sun in reverse. See, things in this connection, there's definitely a separation here. And I figured that when I saw this, there will be a return card. But things are just not progressing. They're just not moving forward. Like, not even necessarily in the way that you want them to, but like at all. And I feel like you've been stuck in this Sun in reverse energy with this connection, just not being happy, certainly not being fulfilled, not having your needs or your emotional desires fulfilled in this connection. And I feel like it's continued to affect you in a lot of ways, even if like even with this connection being in separation. Like maybe you're having a hard time moving forward from this because of how it made you feel. Even if you want to move forward, it just feels like this connection is still affecting you. But let's look at Aquarius' side of this connection. Man, you really don't like that noise, huh? It freaks you out a little bit. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. We rescued them off the side of the road, so no telling what they've been through. Aquarius' side of the connection. Queen of Cups. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you showing up as the Queen of Cups here could be dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but that's not really how I see this. I feel like you were very, or are, again, take this as it resonates, whether I'm talking about it in present or past tense, but very nurturing and loving and very much took care of this person. But I feel like that energy was very much taken for granted. So that's what I feel like was very frustrating for you, is you gave this person a lot of support, especially emotionally, and then they never made you a priority or aren't making you a priority. And I feel like that is very challenging on any level, because of course you care about them and you do have love for them and you want to be there for them. But then on the flip side, you have to make sure that your needs are being met as well. Because if we take care, create our belief that our deservingness for love comes from a place of us taking care of others, then we can forget to take care of ourselves. And we forget that we deserve just as much love as we give out. And I feel like that very much could have happened a little bit in this connection. Aquarius' side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. Aquarius' side of this connection, please. Aquarius' side of this connection. The Knight of Cups with the 9 of Cups in reverse. See, this connection, it's made you very emotional in ways that I feel like you're not really used to being emotional. Like, I feel like it makes you feel very, I don't know, like I feel like affects you in ways that other connections haven't really affected you before. Which is maybe why, or at least more so than the majority of the other connections that you've experienced have, which almost has you, it's like, it's starting to affect like your mental health in a way, like your mindset, like not just affecting how you feel like just when you're dealing with them, but then how this connection is unfolding is affecting you in a lot of other areas of your life as well. It's like starting to carry over maybe into other relationships or into your career, or even into your, again, mental or physical health. And I feel like it's been because it's been happening for so long. That's why I feel like it's affecting you. Because I feel like you're kind of being drained in a way because you're giving so much to this connection. This is Aquarius' side of this connection, please. Aquarius' side of this connection, please. I'm sorry. It's going to happen a few more times, though. You can get down. You know that. Aquarius' side of this connection. Hi. This is Aquarius' side of this connection, please. Star, Nine of Swords. These are in reverse here. And then, yeah, there's the World. So I think that that's because, okay, Star in reverse. So these are all in reverse. Star in reverse, Nine of Swords, Temperance in reverse, and World. And then you have the Two of Cups. Because you do have a lot of love for this person. But I feel like they just stress you out, Aquarius. I feel like they add so much stress and anxiety to your life, and they absolutely poke at your fears, doubts, and insecurities when it comes to love and relationships. So I feel like that's what I mean by how much this is affecting you in like on a greater scale. And then this is a cycle. I mean, we saw that with the World there. We saw it with the World here. I feel, Aquarius, like you have you're so used to being everything for everyone else, you know, giving love and attention and support to everybody else around you. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're super used to receiving it. And I certainly don't think that you're very used to giving yourself what it is that you give to other people. And so there's a bigger cycle at play here that is being brought up through this connection. And I feel like there is a really deep need to dive into that cycle so that it doesn't keep repeating itself. And I feel like that's a big aspect of what this connection is talking about, especially, or with the reading is talking about, especially with the Never Again card, is like making sure that you don't allow this cycle to complete or to repeat. Allow it to complete. Don't allow it to repeat. I can't just give you attention all day long. I know that that's what you want, but I can't. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. She does not like it when I shuffle these cards. Aquarius' side of the connection. One more. This is for Aquarius' side of the connection, please. Aquarius' side of the connection to the person they are dealing with. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords in reverse, High Priestess. All right, let's get real here, Aquarius, a little bit. There's a part of you that has been chasing this connection, or that chased this connection for a very long time. And maybe that's what it's like, you know, you were this Queen of Cups, you were this source of support and, you know, emotional support for this person. And then maybe you were hoping that the more that you were there for them, eventually they would see your value and they would start prioritizing you. And I feel like what that did was lead you to, like, it just feels like you got so caught up in thinking that you weren't good enough, or that you weren't doing enough, or that you weren't, I don't know, like that had to do with you. When in reality, I feel like this person we'll see has their own thing, their own problems going on, because it kind of feels like they have a tendency to only come to you when they need something. And I feel like that has affected you in a big way, because you feel like that's the only time that they're ever prioritizing you, or the connection is when they need something from you, which obviously isn't cool, right? In any sort, this table here, but specifically not when you've put so much energy into someone. So there's a lot going on here. I've said that a lot of readings this week. Okay, so last time I'm shuffling these cards, let's see if you like the other cards more. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. This is Aquarius' side of this connection. You've got to take the rose-colored glasses off, Aquarius. Because I don't feel like this connection is serving you in a positive way. I feel like it's very within your comfort zone because it very much aligns with the dynamic that you're used to. But I feel like there's something just that you need to, with the Judgment, just be a little bit more unbiased. Like if you were your best friend and your best friend was getting treated the way that you are in this connection, what would you tell them? And try to, you know, like I said, be a little bit more unbiased with the decisions that you make in this connection. All right, I gotta grab this deck here, sweeties. All right, don't want to squish her. Okay, this is the person that Aquarius is dealing with, side of the connection to Aquarius. The person that Aquarius is dealing with, side of the connection to Aquarius, please. Hi. You know, there will be a return with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. If you're tired of this, why don't you get down? You don't have to be up here. Her tail's wagging. I think she thinks I'm playing. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Baby. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Oof, okay. With the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's actually, so Knight of Wands in reverse and then King of Swords in reverse. This person struggles majorly with vulnerability. And I also feel like they have a tendency to sabotage connections that try to get too close to them. And maybe we'll see why as we keep pulling cards. But with the King of Swords in reverse, it feels like they aren't really all that honest. Like telling you a lot of what you want to hear, maybe even a little bit of like mental manipulation, like just kind of doing what they need to do to keep you on their side. Which obviously isn't cool. Again, like that's just not awesome energy to have towards someone in general, especially someone who is been there for you so much. But I do feel like, I don't know, I do feel like there's more to this person's actions than just them taking advantage of you. You want to get down? This person's energy toward Aquarius. You are more than welcome to get down. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Actually surprised she stayed up here this long. Sometimes she'll jump up for the beginning of readings and then jump down. All right. This person's energy toward Aquarius. Oh, which makes sense because I don't think she likes that shuffling sound. So it's probably why she jumps off. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. The World. The Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. This might be a difficult message to hear, Aquarius, but hear me out. One of the reasons that you stay stuck in this cycle with this person is they know that you're going to forgive them. And so I feel like there's been a bit of a dynamic that's been set in this connection where they don't really have to be there for you or show up for you all of the time because they know that you'll accept them back even after they mess up. And that can be tricky because you might not, what it might look like to you is giving this person a chance, right? And everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody. But when you start giving out third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth plus chances, then at that point you're just repeating a cycle and accepting certain behavior. And so I feel like that's part of what kind of why this repeats, is I feel like they do know how to get you to forgive them. And I feel like it's because you have these rose-colored glasses for this person. I feel like you only see them for the good and not necessarily the not so good. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. They aren't willing to really see the truth behind their behavior. I feel like they lack a bit of self-awareness. Or maybe they don't see a problem with their behavior, which both are problems. But I do feel like I don't feel like this is a bad person. I think they have some selfish tendencies in this connection. And I think that they push away and sabotage anyone who tries to help them. But the problem is then when things fall apart, they come back for help. And they know that you're going to forgive them even though they've kind of sabotaged the connection. This person's energy toward Aquarius. This person's energy toward Aquarius, please. This person's energy toward Aquarius. So the problem is, what it comes down to is they doubt themselves. They have their own doubts when it comes to their ability to sustain and have and sustain a healthy, loving connection. And maybe that's because of their past. You know, maybe they have past experiences in love that have made them a little jaded. And maybe you know that. Maybe that's why you're willing to forgive them, is because you have empathy for them. You're able to kind of understand their behavior. But understanding someone's behavior, having empathy for them, and ultimately, loving someone unconditionally is very different than accepting that behavior into your life. Unconditional love does not equal unconditional tolerance, and you are not required to tolerate anybody's behavior regardless of how much empathy you might have for them. And so there's a need here, and that's why I feel like you have this Judgment card, is just this need to really be honest about how this connection affects you, because it is affecting you on a deeper level. And sure, this person may return there will be a return. But if they come back because they need you, because their life has fallen apart, or they're struggling with something, or they need you with something, and you continue to accept them back regardless of how they treat you, that is a never-ending cycle. And you never want to allow that cycle to repeat with anybody, because givers have limits. You only have so much you can give. Takers don't have limits. Takers are going to take as much as they can from whoever they can, and then move on to kind of that next person. And there's this need to make sure that you're standing up for yourself, and that you're setting boundaries, and you're saying, look, if you can't show up for me when I need you, I can't show up for you when you need me. There has to be a level of reciprocation and balance. Now, that's not to say that a connection is always going to be 50-50, and sometimes you'll have to show up more, and sometimes the other person will have to show up more. But when there's a cycle that starts repeating, and there's really only one dynamic that exists in the connection when it comes to who's there for who, that's when there's a bigger problem. And that's when there's this need for being honest with yourself about, okay, is this really good for me, or am I holding on to this, you know, out of the hope that eventually it'll be better, but I'm just really stuck in a cycle with someone who isn't changing behavior. Right, this person's energy toward Aquarius. Yeah, see, they want reconciliation here with the Three of Cups, but at the same time, I don't think they've changed. In fact, oh gosh, okay, yeah, they definitely haven't. The Queen of Swords and the Strength, and then the Tower and the Five of Pentacles. So to me, they've experienced this Tower. Or I said Five of Pentacles, I meant Five of Swords. They've experienced this Tower. Something's happened, and they kind of see you, Aquarius, as their strength, as a source of their strength. Which is so frustrating, because, like, I don't feel like they've been a source of your strength, like, at all. I'm getting, like, frustrated for you in this reading. Which is why I feel like you have never again. You don't want to repeat this cycle with this person, because if they only come back because other things aren't working out for them, then, like, that does make you a second option, right? And that's not fair to you. And you know, it can be taken very personally when it's like, well, why am I a second option to this person? Why am I not good enough? Because they haven't done any healing. They've got their own stuff going on. They're, you know, sabotaging their relationships that are good for them, and probably, you know, looking, because again, givers have limits, takers don't. So they're going to take whatever they can from whoever's willing to give to them. And when that person runs dry, because inevitably givers have limits, they're going to try to find someone else to take from. And again, I'm not saying this is a bad person. In fact, unfortunately, and also fortunately, because it got me to where I am at today, but I've been this person. I've been there. I've been someone so deep in survival mode that I only looked to people to save me and to help me when it benefited me. I had a very, very conditional idea of love, and really looked at love as more of a transaction instead of a genuine connection kind of thing. I was wondering when you were going to leave. And so I've been this person. So I'm not trying to say this is a bad person. I wasn't a bad person, but I was hurting. And I was allowing that hurt to become everybody else's problem. Now, I've also been this person. I was this person first, but then I became this person. And being on this side of things, it is easier to have empathy for what's really going on for the other person. But that does not mean, again, what I had to learn was that having empathy and understanding someone's movements, choices, and decisions does not mean I had to tolerate that kind of behavior. This person's energy toward Aquarius. So take that with a grain of salt. This person's energy toward Aquarius. They've got lessons to learn. See, their priorities are not balanced here. So if you're not a priority, it's because they're not prioritizing the right things in their life anyway. They've got a lot to learn. This person, I mean, for lack of a better way of saying it, even though this kind of sounds harsh, they need to grow up. They do. Will they? I don't know, but they need to. Especially before they're going to be able to be any kind of supportive. So, all right, Aquarius, thank you so much as always for your support of my channel. I'm going to hop on over to the extended. You have Page of Cups with Never Again. I'm going to pull 9 different messages and then an advice card at the very end, looking at what is the purpose of this connection and what is the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As always, Aquarius, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aquarius. Oh, man. Okay, bye.